thank you guys for coming back to another episode of Cobra TV, and in this video we're going to talk about the photo mode in No Man's Sky, plus the new icons and description of some of the roles that you can play in No Man's Sky, or some of the activities that you could do in No Man's Sky, and we're even going to go back to the companion book. But first, let's talk about this photo mode. So apparently in No Man's Sky you're going to be able to take all the HUD display and everything off. Now we kind of knew something like this was going to be implemented into the game. During the 70 questions interview, Sean Murray was asked, can I take pictures of the animals? And Sean Murray says yes. But it's good to get confirmation that we can turn off all the HUD displays, so that way you could take pictures or video of those special moments that you see in No Man's Sky. And I cannot wait to one day, after the game's been released, for months and months, to go to Google or to go to ExploreNMS.com or to go to the awesome people over at Reddit and just look at all the amazing pictures and videos that people are uploading of these perfect scenes. Because, you look at the gameplay and everything just seems so picturesque. But there's one thing you got to remember, that No Man's Skies, the planets aren't always going to be as beautiful and filled with life. They might be beautiful, but they're not going to be filled with life every time you land on one. 90% of the planets in No Man's Sky are going to be barren. So the way Sean Murray described it in a recent interview is that 1 out of every 9 planets is going to have beautiful life on it. And that's how you want it, because if you're constantly going to a planet and you're seeing life after life, beautiful life, it's going to get a little bit old. I mean, if you're going planet to planet, it's barren, it's toxic, it's hard to stay on that planet. And then all of a sudden you find this gem, this beautiful lush garden world with these amazing creatures on it. Then it's something. Then it's a discovery. Then it's amazing. And when you do, you're going to be able to turn off the HUD displays and capture that beautiful picture or video. And after the picture is taken, it's going to have a share option to share it to your social network of choice. So in the new PC Gamer, No Man's Sky was featured, and there was a lot of awesome information in there. And one of the cool things that I seen that jumped out to me was the to-do list. And there's icons, and I'm not sure if the magazine company designed these icons or if they are official No Man's Sky icons. But it's really, it gives an awesome description of what you could do while you're on these planets. And it's an amazing way to tell people what you can do in No Man's Sky, if there's anybody asking that question anymore. But the first, it says, extract materials from the land for crafting. And then hunting, try to take down a dangerous beast for sport. That sounds fun. That really does sound fun. I like that. Spelunking, find and explore underground cave networks. Socializing, communicate with alien NPCs and help them. Crafting, use harvested materials to build new upgrades. And then last, exploring. Look for things like crashed ships or settlements. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below which one of these you find most interesting and which one of these you think you're going to be finding yourself doing the most. If it were me, I'm probably going to do all of them all the time. One of the things I want to get back to is the companion book that we were talking about, a year ago. And it was and it came about in an article in the New Yorker, and it reads, people at Sony wanted to issue a companion book, and once Sean Murray, realized that it might be inevitable, he decided to get involved. One afternoon, he met with Dave Gibbons, the co-creator of the Watchmen comic series, to discuss his possible role as editor. So I remember a long time ago, we were trying to figure out, what is a companion book? Why would Sony want a companion book? And then why would Sean Murray go to Dave Gibbons to write it? And we speculated that this companion book could be like something to help you get kickstarted in the lore. Now, just recently, after the pre-orders went up and the limited edition comes out, there's 2 comic books in the limited edition. 2 comic books that were created by Dave Gibbons. Now, if you zoom in and you look at the cover, you can see a monolith with alien language written all over it. Yeah, it's cool to get a comic book, right? No Man's Sky comic book, that's freaking awesome. But you remember, it was supposed to be a companion book. I think it's Sean Murray's genius mind when Sony said, this is pretty complex, you might want to help people out when they first start. I still think, to this very day, that the companion book in comic book form is a way to get you to understand some of the lore, enough to get you started, enough to get you going. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. So, as we all know, after March 3rd, a lot about No Man's Sky has completely and utterly changed, just flipped upside down, right on top of our heads. And one of the biggest things that has been turned upside down on us is the fact that there's NPCs in the game now. The fact that there's sort of mission-based type things where an NPC might want you to help them get something for them, which essentially is like trading. But the one thing that has not changed is Sean Murray's view on multiplayer. And I think right now, months before the game comes out, it is so important for all of us to get our hype in control. It's fine to be hyped about No Man's Sky, but we have to look at the facts of what they said and what they're repeating, so that way we're not let down when the game comes out. I'm either going to be doing a separate video of the facts that Sean Murray has stated about multiplayer, or I will be doing a subcast. Not quite sure which one I'm going to do. As always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Stay tuned for the new multiplayer video coming out within the next day or two. Until next time.